Hey kids, today, welcome to Shaun's Arcade. Today we will be looking at Timewarp Arcade in Bridgwater, the best in the West. That's what I've themed this video as, the best in the West. We don't know, we're going to have a look now. So strap in, whatever, and we'll see you after this little video. I'm going to do a video, and then at the end I'm going to interview Shaun Tracy's my brother, Stuart Tracy, who's the owner of Timewarp Arcade. He wasn't able to get there on the day, but I got him over Skype. So sit through this tedious boredom. Not really. It's really good. It's really good. It's lovely. And I shall see you on the other side of Timewarp. This is the Timewarp. Right, Timewarp Arcade, Bridgwater, Somerset, Devon. Is it Devon? Somerset? I don't know. Anyway, here we are at Timewarp Arcade. I'm doing a walk around. Wow! Is this the best in the West? The best arcade in the West, the biggest one, I think. Got some couches, some sofas, whatever they're called, with GameCube and Xbox. Got Star Wars, not on at the moment. Not unless he's playing it, that little guy. Hey, yeah. And you've got Galaga, Rygar. You've got a couple of 60-in-1s here that are catering for your vertical classics. You've got one there, and you've got one there. Everything else is original hardware. You've got Ghosts and Goblins, Pac-Land, Blasteroids, Big Dog, Pengo, Commando, a Polygon Fighter, or some Japanese game. Someone will tell me what it is. Super Dance Stage Supernova, taking over. Oh, that was crap, wasn't it? Super Space Invaders 91. Big Red Post. Bells and Whistles or Twin B, one of them. Don't know what that is. Oh, that's a Tumble Pot. Tumble Pot. That's Toki. Around this side, look at that, we've got football, fusball, 2 pool tables and an air hockey at the back there. Got Silver Stripe Bowling. Everyone loves a bowling game. Golden Tee 97. Everyone loves Golden Tees. It's still going. Last Resort, Neo Geo. Neo Geo is well represented in this arcade. Last Resort, Puzzle Bobble, SCI, one of the Chase HQ franchise things. That's not Radmobile, that's Miggy Millionth 1,000 miles thing. Virtua Cop, lots of gun games. Area 51 Site 4, Manx TT Superbike. Lots of sit-down races here, which is great. Another thing which is good is a lot of the cabs are massive screen, 25-inch screens for shooters and stuff. Lethal Enforcers, Silent Scope 2. That is Knights of the Round, I think. What's that? Aliens, great game. That is Ghouls and Ghosts. Some gun games, House of the Dead 4, Crisis Zone. I can get that, yeah, it's not way enough. Time Crisis 2. Aliens Extermination, now that is a good game. I've just played all the way through level 1 of that. Alien 3, the Gunblade. Ninja Baseball, Basketball, Batman thing. Unusual, like me. Out. Overdrive, I've just played that. It's kind of a outrun wannabe. Quite unusual. Fatty mate, it's not on in a minute. Rolling. Oh, that's. Oh, that'll be good. That is the down. Oops. Excuse me, madam. You've got metal legs. That is a thing with a thing. Air combat. What's that? A prop cycle. That needs legs putting back on it. Club car. Just had to go in that and couldn't get back out. What is going on with that seat? It's a bucket seat, I suppose, for that, isn't it? I don't remember it being like that. Look at these. These are all 25-inch screens. Spin Master. Virtual Striker. That is Golden Axe. Dino Blaster, aka Bomberman. SNK versus Capcom Chaos. It would be Chaos, wouldn't it, kids? Oh yes. King of Fighters 94. That is one of the Parodius games. Raiden Fighters 1. Great game. Raiden 2. Radiant Silvergun. Final Fight. It wasn't the final fight, was it, kids? Oh, because they're still fighting now. Final round. Final round, I think that is. Boxing. Virtua Tennis. Metal Slug 6. Hello, Metal Slug. I think that's the first one that's not on Neo Geo hardware. First Metal Slug, I think. That's a weird Tetris version. Mario Kart on the Wii, on the Wii U. I've done that side. I've done this now. Some excellent racers here. 18-wheeler, Sega Rally, Rave Racer, Thrill Drive 2. I've just been playing that. That's pretty decent. I nearly completed it. Outrunners. I've never seen a sit-down Outrunners. I always thought it is well, it makes sense because it's supposed to be like a head-to-head outrun, but I've never seen one. I've just seen the single stand-up one. And that is X-Men. And that is Street Fighter 2. So a good little arcade. About 60, 70 cabs in here maybe, other than that I have. Definitely worth a visit if you're in the area, and it's only £6.50 to get in. Yeah, so come on down. How cool is that? It's a really good arcade, like I said in the video. It's unusual. There's some unusual stuff in there, and we'll find out why later on when I interview Stuart Tracy. I interviewed him a while ago, and he's a very interesting guy. He's got interesting thoughts, unlike me, and he will be saying things out of his mouth and I will be responding. It's a Skype interview, so it's not great quality, so please forgive it, unlike the rest of this video, which is awesome quality. Yep. So, Mr. Tracy, how are you doing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Thank you very much. Yes, it's been very busy. It's been really good.
Oh, good. After lockdown, you've sort of picked back up, have you?
Yeah. We're actually better now than before the lockdowns. Obviously, we had a tough time over lockdown. You know, we, like all the arcades, we lost pretty much a year of trading, and at some points we didn't even know if we were going to reopen. So it's nice to be back open and busier than ever. So it's all good.
Oh, that's good news. Can you tell me a little bit of the history of it, or why have you got yourself into the arcade business?
Well, I've been an avid gamer since I was a little kid. My dad had an Atari 2600 and then a Spectrum 48K. I probably didn't go to the arcades really to more the mid to late 80s, just because of my age. I live in a village, so there wasn't really any access to arcades locally for me until I was sort of a teenager. And it was just one of those things. I had a Spectrum later on, then I moved on to other consoles, and I just always had the idea of having my own arcade, just as one of those things that you want to do. And I think it was about 99 actually I first tried to set one up, and I was looking at half games, half fruit machines, and I actually had a building and everything lined up, but then I was told that the council wouldn't allow it because of where it was. It was in the high street, and so I took the building anyway, opened a pound shop. And then 2 more pound shops opened up the same week, and it didn't work out very well at all. So I kind of gave up on that. And then it was, I said, for years I was trying to work out how to do it and how to make it make money. And then I moved to Devon, I think it was about 2011, from Somerset. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, it's amazing. You're so close to Arcade Barn." And I was like, "What's Arcade Barn?" So I looked it up and then saw, obviously, Arcade Barn, which did the same thing. They had about 50 machines, £10 entry, and it was kind of like £10 entry fee. That's so obvious. I was obviously thinking about doing a pay-as-you-go model, and then when I thought about do a set entry fee for as long as you want, that was it. I just went for it.
Brilliant. And you set up a couple of shops as well, didn't you?
So we opened Insane Games, which is a shop that I opened with a business partner, Steve. We opened it in '96, although our history actually started as mail order in '94. Literally left college and went straight into it. And we've got 3 shops at the moment, all local in Somerset. And that's where actually we bought our first arcade machine. We had a Turtles 4-player the year we opened. We bought it for £35 out of the local free ads.
God.
And that's where the arcade sort of love really started.
Right. So is it a partnership, Timewarp, or is it just you?
Timewarp is just mine. It's a hobby that went really, really out of control.
Yeah.
I already had a handful of machines anyway. I had a couple in each shop and I had a couple at home. And it was just, once actually, one of the things that really inspired me was I kept seeing all the retro revival events up in the Midlands a lot. And I kept thinking, there's nothing ever like that down here. And again, it was a combination of loads of things, wanting to have an arcade, wanting to be able to give something to the local community, something that we could promote through the shop, and it all just sort of came together.
Right, excellent. I was looking around I've done a little walk around and everything, and what I've noticed is there's lots of shooters and lots of drivers, which me working at Arcade Club for 2.5 years know that they are always, you get kids, you get adults, they are always played a lot more than the stick games, really. So do you find that? Yeah,
the shooters and the drivers are definitely the most popular ones. Whenever you get new customers in for the first time, you watch them and they almost always go straight to Time Crisis or Aliens Extermination, or they'll get around the other side and they'll be on Rave Racer or one of those games. So yeah, they're definitely the most popular in the arcade.
Yeah, and you've got your pool tables and your fusball and that they've taken off as well, haven't they? They seem to do well.
Yeah, I mean, the pool tables were always popular, and the foosball, I wasn't even going to get one. It came as part of a package deal on some machines I bought. It was like, nobody plays those, nobody wants them. And I would actually say it is in the top 5 most used machines in the arcade. There's always somebody using it. The kids love it, the adults love it. It's cross-generation, all ages enjoy it.
Yeah, and lots of big screens, lots of 25-inch screens that play in like stuff like Raiden and Raiden 2 and that, and that's great.
Yeah. So I try to get quite a few games that I like personally. I try and find things that other people like as well. Like I would never play Virtua Striker or Virtua Tennis, but I get those in for other people. But things like the Raidens and sort of Splatterhouse, Toki, there's quite a few personal favourites that I've mixed in.
Yeah, that's a Japanese board, isn't it, Toki?
Yeah, I've got the Juju version, yes.
Yeah, nice. So I noticed it. So if you wanted to play the classics like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Space Invaders, Centipede, 1942, they're all on them machines to play. But what struck me was it's an unusual variety of games. It's like, but there's a lot of strange stuff in there. Was that a choice, or was that budget, or what was that?
It was a combination of both. I mean, some of them were just machines that popped up that were the right price, and I thought, I fancy having one of those. But I have deliberately tried to get in machines that you don't see every day everywhere else. So, I mean, you can get in a lot of, like the Jammer Cabs, for example, you can get in all the Final Fights and, the Golden Axes and things like that, which you've got, but you can play all of those on MAME. So I wanted to get a few things that you couldn't play on MAME and that you just wouldn't see anywhere else. And we've had quite a few compliments about having unusual stuff mixed in with the more common stuff, the more sort of, the crowd pleasers, so to speak.
And yours is only $6.50 to get in. That's a bargain, that is. And is that all day? Stay all day?
Yeah. Stay as long as you like for that price. Yeah.
I thought £9 for a Coke was expensive, though, mate.
No. As you probably saw, all our drinks and snacks are all at shop prices. No inflated prices.
I know. I'm only joking. So
get that out there for the public. Make sure they hear the truth.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Future plans you've got for the arcade?
Yeah, so as obviously briefly mentioned in the past, we have the downstairs floor at the moment, and the building is an old snooker club. So there's an upstairs as well, which is actually bigger than downstairs because it goes over the fire escapes and it goes over one of the shops next door. It's about 1.5 times the size of the downstairs arcade.
Wow.
And the landlord was going to sell up, and then he wasn't, then he was, then he wasn't, and he kept promising to fix the roof up here, and he didn't. And we were hoping to open more space upstairs years and years and years ago, and it didn't happen. But after the storms we had just before Christmas, we lost a very large portion of the roof. Thankfully, it didn't affect us directly, and the landlord has finally admitted he can't maintain the building. He's selling it up, and the new owner, I've had a chat with him, and he's actually done a deal with us so we can take on the whole building. And so we've actually already started work up here. The first phase should be open around about Easter time.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'd like to come and see it when it's open. So you need more. You need to buy more cabs, don't you? Or have you got them already?
Yeah. Well, I've already got a few more cabs sort of scattered around up here ready. The plan will be the first section, which will be open for Easter, will be more of a console area. So there'll be PlayStation 4s, and there'll be sort of retro stuff. There'll be sort of VR, a few more cabs, a couple of more pool tables, and that'll be it to start with. And then by the end of the year, we want to have the rest of the building set up, which will include hopefully pizza ovens. So we'll have the kitchen running, we'll have the bar up and running, and a lot more cabs. Yeah, we can fit another sort of 50 to 100 cabs up here very easily. There's no issues with the building either, because it was a snooker club. It's already got reinforced floors and so on. So we can just bring the stuff straight up.
Oh, that's good. What was I going to say? Oh, how do you cope with repairs? Are you getting a bit repair savvy now and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I can do light work myself. I can, sort of joysticks and buttons have always been easy. I can do a few I'm learning soldering and things now. I've got a tech guy who's basically he's learning it on the job. Basically, every time we get a fault, it's always something new. We've never got the part for it, so we have to locate parts. And he's quite good at soldering chips and sort of transistors and things onto boards now. He's getting quite good. Monitors we send out to an expert. High voltage stuff we don't play with. And, complex board repairs we send off as well. But yeah, we're starting to learn how to do it. I've got a couple of friends now, a couple of sort of techie guys that are helping me out. So sort of 70, 80 machines at the moment. I can't keep on top of all that on my own.
Oh, excellent. What I can do for you, I find most things can be fixed with a combination of biscuits and jam. And
I was going to say jam. Jam's very good. Yes.
On jam, because jam is obvious.
Yeah. Cherry jam, definitely a very conductive material there. It's very good for the. Lost my train of thought there, but biscuits are also very good. I do like biscuits. So.
I love them. Right, I think that's it. So thank you very much. So future plans. Oh, here we go. What would you say is the best thing about running an arcade?
The best thing, genuinely and honestly, is talking to like-minded people. I love it when someone comes in and they know a bit about what they're talking about. They've got arcade machines themselves, and you have just a good gossip for an hour about the things you like doing, the things you played, reminiscing back your childhood. It is meeting the like-minded people is definitely the best part of it.
Ah, excellent. Yeah. And one quick one. What's your favourite arcade game? That's a cheesy question.
It is a cheesy question. I grew up loving the Star Wars Vector. I like quite a lot of the classics, and an obscure one here is probably Aliens, the 91 Konami one, but that's mainly because I'm a huge fan of the Aliens franchise. I know that's not going to go down well with Victor at all. I would say it'd be a toss-up between Star Wars or Aliens.
I really enjoyed Aliens. I don't think I finished it. I think I got to the end.
Right, it's the only game I've ever won seed, that one. So.
Oh, well done.
Thank you very much.
Right, I think that's it. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting me visit. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to stay more. I'm going to come down again. Would you ever consider getting one of them massive things like Transformers or
I
Star Wars or House of the Dead, or the huge ones?
Yeah, I definitely would. I mean, we've got a very family audience now. When we first sort of planned to open, I really thought it was going to be people our age, in our 30s, like we are, and and I thought it'd just be all grown. I thought kids just would not be interested in retro gaming at all, but it is totally a family destination now. So I need to cater more for the younger audience and for people that just want to try the big thrills without having to put £2, £3 a time in it. The idea would be a lot of the big machines will stay downstairs, and then the small cabs, the jammer cabs, will all come upstairs. So yeah, definitely interested in those later on.
Brilliant. Oh, that'd be good. Right, thank you very much for talking with me, Stuart. And I shall let you go to play some games. You want me playing some games?
I'm going to play some games tonight. Yes, definitely. I'm going to have some tea first, biscuits probably, and then go play.
Well, there you have it. Timewarp Arcade in Bridgwater, Somerset, not Devon, Somerset. It's a great little arcade. It's lovely, and it's a destination. It's like you have to find it, which is like a lot of arcades. You have to find them to get in. But once you've found it and you've discovered all these brilliant arcade games, you can play them. And what I like I said, is unusual stuff, and there's nothing else like it down there. So that is so good. So I'll catch you in the next one. Catch you in the next video. I'll catch you in the next video. So take care of yourself out there, and don't do bad things. Do good things.